Okay, so coming back to our topic, that is today's topic, which we are going to discuss is SAS analytics, which is going to help us prove efficacy of microbial strains to get novel probiotics to the market faster. Okay, so I just read the story of Christian Hansen, what they have written about our SaaS product. And that's how I was impressed to take up this particular topic so that I can tell everyone also, others also to know about, okay, this is also there when it comes to SaaS analytics. Okay, as we all know that SAS or the Statistical Analysis System is a kind of complete suite of enterprise systems which is developed by our SAS Institute, which is located in North Carolina, right? We call that as a SAS Institute or a SAS company, like for different analytics aspects. Right, so the system, that particular system encompasses a kind of a wide range of business intelligence, including multivariate analysis. It goes for predictive analytics, advanced analytics, and data management as well. So SAS has a kind of a rich suite of analytical products for us to choose from, and that we can come up with a good decision. So whether it is a fraud detection or content analysis or performance assessment, or SAS has a product to match your every needs. Okay, if I say it has a product to match each and every needs, not only a single domain. Many domains use the SaaS product, right? So each product is continuously improved on with a new software updates to expand its feature set and deliver better services as well. So having the best information for decision making in business is always very optimum for us, right? No, not only for us, I can say specifically for most of all the industries out there. So SAS is the best analytical model for like meshing the analytical services and the security also. So SAS models are built on a closed programming languages, like hence that is why it's the reason. So it's easy to secure the data, and also other analytic models are built on the open source languages, which makes it very difficult to secure the data. Okay, when it comes to SAS, it is a closed source, so it helps in securing the data in a very, very good way. And then coming to our agenda, what we are going to talk about today is like I am just going to start with a small story of how the most sustainable biotech company in the world is using SAS analytics. And then I will go with what is SAS analytics and why SAS is an analytical leader for the for any new freshers who wants to get to know about the SAS and its analytics and what is its importance and everything. We are going to see and why SAS is good in making the decision. So that has also been added in this at the end of the session. So I'm just telling you in the beginning itself, before I start off, it is a kind of a story wise, and then coming into there is no practical, and then coming into learning about why SAS is important and everything. So you can just listen to this story patiently, like what I am going to talk about. So moving on, that is our first part here, that is how the most sustainable biotech company in the world is using SAS analytics. So here, like SAS helps prove the efficacy of the microbial strains. Okay, so what is happening in this story is like SAS is helping prove the efficacy of the microbial strains to get the novel probiotics to the market faster. So by how it is doing it, by improved animal health and greater sustainability from farm to fork. How, for what, which kind of data, that is what we are going to see today. So the world's most sustainable biotech company, that is Christian Hansen, okay, so uses SAS analytics to develop effective natural probiotics for animal health. Not only for animal health, but also for enabling the farmers to produce high quality and the safe food for the global consumer. So it is the biggest biotech company which is there, Christian Hansen. So Christian Hansen is a bioscience company based on based in the Denmark, and the company is a supplier of bacteria cultures. This company is a supplier of bacteria cultures. Not only bacteria cultures, it is also the supplier of probiotics, enzymes, and human milk oligosaccharides. So these are all the things which the company is the supplier of. So its product, the Christian Hansen's products, are used in the production of fresh dairy, cheese, meat, seafoods, which is there, which we consume every day, fermented beverages like dairy and the meat alternatives, or the dietary like dietary supplements or infant formulas, which is there, pharmaceuticals, and the agricultural products. There are n number of many things which we can add on and go. So like when it comes to Christian Hansen, like in 2021, it was ranked the first food talks top like 30 global probiotic food ingredient company list. In that particular list also, Christian Hansen owns one of the world's largest commercial bacteria collection with them. Okay, it owns the commercial like a whole bacteria collection with them. And Christian Hansen has a development center in the Denmark also, United States, France, Germany, like including the research facilities in Denmark and the France. There is a large percentage of employees engaging in the research and the development for the international food and the pharmaceutical industries over there. So this is a short introduction about Christian Hansen, and then coming to why is what is so special about this Christian Hansen probiotics. Okay, and then we are going to relate it and connect it to the analytics, which we are going to see in the upcoming sections. So Christian Hansen probiotic strains are something like, they are like, why they are so special is like the products are the world's most documented they are. Okay, the strains of some of the world's most documented. So the health benefits of the those strains which has been produced is have been proven across all the ages and the numerous health areas, like after rigorous investigations in the clinical trials. So with the clinical trials, they are after doing the clinical trials, and then only they are getting it into the market. So what is happening there with the data which is being collected there, they will have to do the analysis for the data, right? Then only they can come to a conclusion, okay, this strain is good, that particular strain is showing good action or not. So they are like safe to consume those bacteria which is being after the clinical trial, what is being done, they are like safe to consume and are of high quality, and like they are gentle production methods which live which lead a live stable bacteria, a good bacteria there. Like examples we can say, they are examples of the Christian Hansen like bacteria are like the lactobacillus rhamnosus is there, and bifidobacterium is there, lactobacillus parasasi is there. So like this and acidophilus is there. So like this different bacteria are there, like why, what is happening with those bacteria. So the strains has proven benefits across the ages, and including, like for example, lactobacillus rhamnosus, if we take that bacteria, it is very good in very good for including when it is included when it has been taken or consumed for the gastrointestinal or the immune and oral health. When it comes to the other bacteria, it improves the outcomes of various areas of the health sector. So those all things are considered when it comes to those bacteria. And this probiotic strains or whatever other has demonstrated benefits. For example, as I told, bifidobacterium is very very good for the gastrointestinal. So again, that bifidobacterium I am giving an example. So like this, to feed a growing population, farmers and their livestock. So how is these bacteria has been grown? It has been grown by giving them into the livestock of the animals, right? So they will feed the growing population and the farmers, which do not just survive but thrive there. Like to often changes, like the bad weather is there, diseases is happening, poor nutrition is there, resulted in the stressed and the sick animals. So the bacteria which has been produced, they are all dependent on the animals, right? And when it comes to these kind of different situation, it leads to the sick animals requiring significant time and money to treat that animals, and producing lower than the desirable yields of the bacterium which is there. So daily feeding of the effective probiotics has been proven to support the health and the well-being of the animals. Like for producers, adding probiotic to the animal feeds helps them to keep the intestinal tracts of the animals in their care in a very good condition. So what is happening with these? There is a that leads to a large range of health benefits, including good digestion, absorption, and of the nutrients and essential barriers and the immunity functions also. So when this is a scenario, the use of these probiotics in the livestock feed is nothing new. Earlier, what happened was the agricultural industry knew them. It was just a direct feed of microbials to them. But when fed to the animals, these microorganisms were said to improve the health in many ways. So the big question remained here was how exactly these microorganisms exert their beneficial effect, right? When it comes to such a big company, such a big platform, how these microorganisms exert their beneficial effect, how they wanted to find out that. Knowing a kind of a answer to these kind of question could help the many of the biotech companies, not only Christian Hansen, many of the biotech company, to improve the quality of the microbiome, whatever work they are trying to do. That's including what will happen if that microbiome quality is getting improved. The improving animal health is also there, and sustainable production of milks, eggs, and meats will be getting for us. We will be getting from them, right? So at the center of the story, we have a person who had written this blog, that is Steve Lerner. Okay, he is a director of this marketing and product management in North America with Christian Hansen. So what Lerner says is that he has dedicated much of his scientific life to answering this important question, like how can I effectively give in such kind of thing. So he just says, according to the Lerner, deducing how much potential probiotic strain it will manifest its effect in the livestock is very credible. We will have to find out that one, and it demonstrating and transparent way should be there, where they can explain that advanced statistical what they are trying to do to get that particular answer, that can be done with the help of a powerful analytics. That is where they used the SAS, and after that they just started the play where they came to a conclusion with a good an answer for the question what they have. So what Lerner says, where they believed in the paramount of the success, not only to find the difference in the probiotic strains using SAS analytics, they didn't not only found the difference in the probiotic strains, but also they were able to communicate the results which they got it from the analytics to an educated scientific audience also. So they were able to believe it with the numbers, right? So it's highly influential to show that they are like engaging in a proper analysis, and that SAS was an integral as an integral is that had done all the efforts behind it. So that is what they are trying to the story is trying to say. So when it comes to analyzing the product life cycle, so what kind of data did they analyze? Okay, what kind of data did they analyze? So Christian Hansen got to work with SAS analytics, so to evaluate the efficacy of the Hansen's product in the animals and cover the most effective combinations of bacteria. They wanted to find the most effective combination of the bacteria, so they got into this analyzing with the help of the SAS analytics. So with SAS, like scientists like Lerner or whoever were in the pipeline, like there was a complete innovation for the analysis of the large volumes of variance data. So they have got lots of variances in the bacterium, and the data is being collected from the Christian Hansen's research as well as the outside source. Okay, not only from the research which they are conducting, but also from the outside source for the dairy cattle. Okay, for the dairy cattle, they look at the things like the consumption rates and the efficiency of milk production. So these were all the data related to it. So when I am trying to say this particular story wise, you will have to understand where they have taken the data from. So they have taken the data from like what is the consumption rate and the efficiency of the milk production of the cow. And when it comes to the pig productions, like it's the efficiency of the reproduction rate and the lactation feed intake, and then weaning weight of the piglets. And regarding the poultry, when it comes to the poultry, it was like they took the data pertaining to the efficiency of the egg production. Okay, the data was collected from the efficiency of the egg production or the poultry meat production. So these were all the data which was collected, and SAS makes made it possible for them to analyze this data in a kind of a mass and tease out meaningful. That was the word which they had used, their mass and tease of the meaningful differences in the, so that they got the relationships between the phenotypic expressions and the genotypic expressions very easily with the help of the SAS analytics. So that is how powerful SAS is. So to find subtle differences among the thousands of strains, not only single strain, thousands of strain which they were evaluating. So the learner says that with the help of the SAS, that is the most powerful statistical tool. It found a best solution for the jobs who in the SAS. And once this lab work is also complete, the next part after this lab work is complete for a given product, the next step is testing it in the animals in the field. Okay, once they got the work done for that particular given product, they will have to test it on the fields in the animals. So during these researches and observational field trials, what did SAS do? SAS enabled to analyze the test results also, and avoiding outsourcing this work to the third party. So SAS itself did that particular task, and a common practice in the industry. So by using SAS to evaluate the test results, Christian Hansen saves a lot of time and money, helping getting a good novel probiotics to the market faster. So this is a kind of a analytical power where it was real time, it was helpful for the company which is that is the Christian Hansen. So this SAS helped them to move with confidence in the selection process, prove the efficiency of those strains, and rapidly bring new strains to the market. Again, any new strains are there to brought them to the market very sooner and sooner. And for Christian Hansen, like it's not enough to say its probiotics are effective. The company must prove it, right? If they just say my probiotics are effective, who will believe? They will have to prove it. So SAS allowed even the sales, marketing, and all the technical service teams in that particular company to stand before any nutritionist or any veterinarians and the producers and all the potential customers and demonstrate its analytical power, analytical methodologies, how this particular strain is very effective, right? Such as how each analysis was done and how the errors was managed. Thereby they are increasing the acceptance of the data, right? Everywhere it is about the data, and it is increasing the acceptance of the data. So this is where the proper use of meaningful analytics is going to make a huge difference. With that, he just concluded, the learner who is a who is the head person there, he just concluded about using the SAS as one of its life products. So this is how this SAS is very helpful when it comes to the Hansen facts and figures. Like 1 billion people consume the products containing the Christian Hansen's natural ingredients every day, and then 50% of cheese and the yogurt in the world contain Christian Hansen's natural ingredients in there. And it has like 40,000 microbial strains in its collection, and which is documented also. That is really good, right? And because it is giving us a lot of health benefits for us. Okay, so this is a input which I wanted to give you all with this example of Christian Hansen. And now I am just going to take back for people who want to know about SAS, that is why data analytics. So before I go into, people want to learn SAS every time, like whenever we go, because it is a good, the future is good when it comes to SAS. Every clinical research industry uses SAS, banking industry uses SAS. But some people doesn't have any idea about what is analytics at all, but they want to learn SAS. So I just want to put a question here. I might have asked this question many a times in the other sessions, but now I just want to know, in the participants who's present today, I just wanted to know who does can give me an example, with an example about analysis. Anyone? Anyone with analysis, a good, with a good example? I just want to know, want any one of you to tell me about analysis or data analytics. I don't want about SAS, just analysis. What do you understand about analysis? Any idea? Anyone? Okay, I think you all don't want to unmute yourself, or you can put it in the chat box also. Okay, so I'm not getting any response from your end. Okay, but then I will continue with this particular topic. Why analysis? Yes, somebody has unmuted. You can.
Okay, thank you.
Yes.
Yes, what I'm thinking is that when you're talking about analysis with an example, let's say you are selling clothes and you want to know which clothes are selling on a certain season. So you're gonna analyze, like you're gonna gather data and check which clothes are being sold at a certain season. Then at least you'll know that, okay, I want to sell these clothes at this season. So I think with an example, that's what I can say.
So can you conclude it? I understood what you said. Can you conclude it?
So in your conclusion, we find that maybe this type of clothes are being sold maybe in summer, and this type of clothes are being sold in spring. So by that way, we'll know, okay, if I want to sell this type of clothes, I'll only sell them or market them most in spring or in summer.
Yes, correct. So what did you come up with after doing the analysis? You have come up with a decision for your work, right?
Yes, that's right.
Yes, that is what analysis is. You can. Thank you so much. Your name, your good name. Okay.
Tempo.
Okay. Thank you. So now, let me just take up. Thank you so much. That was a really very good answer and a good example. And what you said was right. When it comes to analysis, when we say what is analysis, an analysis is a detailed examination of topic. Okay, one particular topic we have, and we are doing a complete detailed examination, and it involves performing the research and separating the results into smaller logical topics. Okay, we are just going to chop that particular topic into a smaller results, getting a logical topics to form a reasonable conclusion from it. So it represents a specific argument. When I say data analysis, it represents a specific argument about that particular topic what we are going to do the analysis of, and it supports that argument with evidence. That is what we saw it in the example also with Christian Hansen. When it was trying to do, they wanted to do something to prove it. That is what they proved it with the help of the SAS analytics over there, with the evidence, that is the data and the result and the methodologies with the evidence, so that they are accepted from the outsiders, right? So you can perform an analytics to find a different solutions to a challenge in a variety of situations. So why is analytics so important? If you ask me that question, I can say it is a very important because it organizes and it interprets the data. As in a very good example, which was given by one of the participant. They structures the data into a presentable information and a useful, and it is very useful for the real world applications also, right? So that is about the data analytics, why it is very important. Like for example, like marketing analysis is there, interprets buying the patterns, what is a market size, what is a demographic, and the other variables to develop a specific plan for them, marketing plan for them, right? So that is about the data analytics, why data analytics. And coming back to this particular section, that is why SAS is an analytical leader. So wherever you go, they say SAS is an analytical leader. Why SAS is an analytical leader? So it has like four important features, I can say, that is experience, flexible technology, innovation, and data for good. So when it comes to experience, SAS has been applying analytics to the toughest business problems. Okay, you go outside to the very toughest business problems for more than 4 decades. Like so, with SAS, like you get solutions built on a powerful analytics platform you can trust there. Okay, so the stakes are very high when it comes to SAS. You need a partner with a proven track record, right? So if you are that way, then people will follow, the industries will try to follow SAS only. So when it comes to SAS, the main thing is it's been the analytics expert for decades, for building a proficiency until they can address any business problem, any kind of business problem. So it has seen it, it has solved the problems, it has learned from the problem. So everybody is a learner. So SAS is also still a learner. It has learned from it, and it integrated what we have learned from it, and you reap benefits from it, right? So that is what the experience is talking about. And then we also have a good technology along with it, that is with the user friendly interfaces with SAS. So people, if you have used SAS as one of the programming language to learn, you might know the interface in SAS, which is very friendly, that accommodates different skills in it. So from business analyst to the data scientist, all your key players can speak the analytics. So the flexibility over there derives your productivity in there. So flexible analytics is also there, that can accommodate every skill set on the team, on your team, which has been working with it. So imagine like what can happen when each role in your organization, okay, each role in your organization, from for example from business to IT industries, so it is empowered to use SAS analytics, like productivity skyrockets and the collaboration kicks in, and there is a great work which is gets done for us, right? And then like for example, we can say that IT experts, they are like a coders, they are coders, like architects are there. So they understand every aspects of the deployment, from model registration to validation. It is very very important. And since this our SAS technology is built for the deployment efficiency, it plays an important role in an IT expert's job also. So software developers, programmers, right, is there, like debug and execute the code for software application, and then access the SAS analytics with other programming languages is also happening by checking out the developers community and the free trials. So that is as well there when it comes to the flexible technology. And then we have the innovation. Innovation is nothing but like we invest in a technology that improves your business, right? And then innovations in the artificial intelligence and the internet of things are not only on a radar nowadays, but they are also inspiring new solutions to prepare you for the future now. Okay, if you see outside everywhere, there is artificial intelligence, IoT, that is nothing but internet of things, which is there everywhere. So SAS takes big ideas and shape the future and make them bigger. When it comes to SAS, it doesn't settle for ordinary innovations. Like they put thought, research into the ideas and the matters which they have, and then they create the analytic solutions separately for it and improve your businesses. Okay, if you go with your particular product, your particular company's requirement, according to your company's requirement, they create the research, they do a thorough research, and they create a complete plan for your work according to your requirement, and then they come up with your business to improve. And then data for good. So what is this data for good? So this data for good is nothing but by applying the data science to the humanitarian causes. Like SAS joins organizations around the world in the data for good movement to solve the issue around the poverty, health, human rights, education, and environment as well. So this is all the data for good. So SAS is committed to using the data and the analytics in a very meaningful way to solve any kind of issues from health, as in I told you, health, education, environment. So it's like they are like proud partner with organization across the globe. So every partner who are there with SAS, they are just proud of joining hands with our SAS product, and they are applying the data to make a very positive social impact and innovations out there. So this is about why they say SAS is a kind of a good analytical leader. Coming to why SAS is the best choice for analytical services, what and all SAS can do. Okay, so when it comes to what SAS can do, why it is the best choice, it handles big data. So what it does by handling big data, so one of the biggest benefits of SAS analytics is the ability to handle the big data, right? When nowadays data which is generated is not simple, like lots of data have been generated outside, is being generated outside. So the organizations collect the petabytes of the data, and they need the models that can properly access the data on that particular scale only, right? So to make sure you get the most out of your data, a good conclusion or a good decision which is going to be very productive to and effective for your company, you need to have a right data analytics model, so which can handle your big data. So SAS can handle a big data. Then coming to the products for each situation. So as in I was trying to say why SAS is an analytical leader, there also we have seen SAS is a full complete suite of analytical product where you can choose any kind of thing. As in during the introduction also I told SAS for your, any kind of your purposes, whether you want to immediately in the bank fraud detection, risk management, content analysis, performance assessment you have to do, or you want you want to check for the transaction details. So SAS has a product to match every of your needs in that. So each situation, according to each of your situation, SAS has its own product, and that product is continuously improved on with the new updates every time to expand its features and give you all a better service. And the next one is security. So this one is all, this one also I have already discussed with you. When it comes to security, like we are kind of living in a age where information is tied integrally to the corporate success, right? So nowadays you see everywhere it is IT, corporate, CROs, that is where which is running background. So therefore it is very important to protect your data, right? It is very important to protect your data when it's being cleaned, processed, and analyzed. The SAS is a best analytical model for meshing the analytics or keeping your analytics very secure. Okay, so SAS models are built on a closed programming language, and it is the reason why the data have been very secure. Okay, so this is what I gave you an idea about earlier also. The next point which we are going to see, that is easy to learn and debug. So when it comes to SAS, SAS has a kind of a easy to learn from a bigger data scientist perspective. SAS is a easy to learn and debug language. So when you might have explored along the SAS interface, you have different windows over there. You have an explorer window, you have editor window, you have the log window, you have result window. So every window we call that as a tool in your interfaces where you can use it in a separate way, so that everything is subsetted. When you write the code in that particular editor window, you write the code, and when you are ending up with the error, you can go check in the log window to check, and when you check in the log window, it will give you a kind, you should, sometimes you will have to be a bit friendly with your log window as a SAS programmer. Myself, I can say, when you are friendly with your log window, you are a good SAS programmer. When you can solve the error in the log window, you are a good SAS programmer. So in such a way that debug part, it is very easy to learn, and you can debug easily, where you have the messages of the errors what you have done and how to correct it. So it will give you a hint how to correct it. So these are all kind of things which like personally there. So I guess even few other who is good interested in the SAS programming language also will like that particular feature in the SAS. So it is incredible easy to debug, and the errors are revealed on the windows like log, as I told you. And only thing you need to do is just fix the errors when it comes there. So I can, when you say SAS can handle big data, does that mean it can handle unstructured data? SAS can handle structured data. Yes, unstructured data, it can handle even unstructured data. Okay, but we will have to put it in, manage it, and then we can handle it. Okay, so the next one is a rich suite of products. So before the rich suite of products, we have customer support. So when it comes to customer support, SAS has an excellent customer support to assist every corporations in installing and administration of the SAS analytical services. So SAS works with specialist companies around the world to provide good installation and administration for all the SAS platforms which is being used. All the companies must be trained and meet the high standards set by the SAS before attaining any kind of qualification. Okay, then comes the rich suite of products. When it comes to the rich suite of products, SAS has a rich suite of analytical products for you to choose from. So whether we are talking about the fraud detection or content analysis or performance, SAS is a product that works for any kind of occasion. So it has a rich suite of products, any kind of products. We have business intelligence, we have SAS visual analytics, we have when it comes to the banking analytics is also there. Lots of financial administrative, regarding each and everything there is different SAS products to work with. And then GUI and output. What is GUI? GUI is something which is called as graphical user interface. So SAS offers an excellent GUI, that is graphical user interface, making it very easy to use the system. So like even people without the data analytics background, and they can navigate through this system, and output the present, and output which is being presented in the format is easy to read also. So hence people with who don't have any background in data can read and interpret the data easily, making the SAS more accessible to business executives, like who need to interpret the data and make the decisions very quickly. The last one is the success stories. So when it comes to the success stories, SAS was established in the year like 1976, and it has spent a kind of a last 50 years, more than like 50 years, serving some of the world's biggest organizations and the government institutions as well. So SAS has helped companies achieve their goals while saving on resources and time for them. Like for example, Bupa like saved over $159 million using SAS. And then SAS has a reputation for excellence and consistency, overall consistency, and a reputation that is well earned over the years. So that all comes under the success stories. Even now, if you go and take a look into the SAS website, you will get a lot of customer success stories, which they will try to talk about how they came up with, ended up with SAS, and what they have benefited with the help of SAS. Okay, so this is about all about the SAS analytics, and why we will have to choose SAS for decisioning. That is just as simple, like all the decisions what we are making, we start with a question, right? So those decisions which is founded in the data and the analytics are like superior to those they aren't also. So it's that simple as organization digitally transform the analytical driven decision which they are making it, which is becoming a critical differentiator to them. So whether you are driving thousands of decisions in a second without the human intervention, or augmenting the human led ones with insights. So all these things, SaaS industry leading technologies make it very easy for us to scale and drive the decisions very consistently over there. So if you see, decisioning is rapidly becoming the must have for most of the companies. Like if you see there, great, like more than 50% major new business systems will be use real time context data to improve the decisions, by 2022 they say yes, that is happening. And then this is a kind of a image which I have taken it from the SAS official website itself. So, and it is true, it has become the same situation what they are giving. Everything is going around the real time data nowadays, right? Real time contest data in which we will have to analyze them. And then 69% or share the decisions made during the customer engagement that will be completed by the smart machines in 2030. What they have told is still right. Why? Because now everything machine is doing. We have artificial intelligence, machine learning, which is just playing a role or taking its stage over every platform. Every industry want with machine learning, artificial intelligence, and improve their work in the industry. And more than 50% share the analyticals budget used by the breakaway companies to embed analytics in the core workflows and decision making process. So these are all true when it comes to the decisioning power. And then a few short descriptions about why choose SaaS for decisioning, because it has a trusted data, which I have already told you. I'm not going to repeat the same thing again. When it comes to the trusted data, so you can see answering the question starts with gathering the data, but the data must be very relevant and reliable for us. Otherwise, the decisions will be flawed. So that SaaS can help you provide industry proven solution to build the data pipeline and deliver validated data to support downstream analytics and decisioning processes. And the next one is reality tested AI, artificial intelligence. The best decisions are based on the knowledge and insights, right? So SAS is providing an advantage that they have been applying the advanced analytics and the AI to the toughest business problems for decades. So the solutions are built on proven powerful analytics. So that resulting in a good decision. And then automated decisions gives us the faster results, right? So from mission critical to mission accomplished. So what is the advantage being given by the SaaS? It integrates analytical models with business rules and rapidly deploy to make the decisions, whereby manage, monitor, and retain the models to ensure they continue to deliver the best insight on the continuous basis. And the industry application, if I go with the industry applications, other than the domains which is here, still more industries are using SaaS as one of its product. But then when I go with the highest in an order, decreasing order, if I say banking, retail, insurance, manufacturing, public sector, telecom, media, and technology, these are all the industries which has been using SaaS as one of its product. When it comes to better decisions is always explained, and the industry application which is telling here, that is banks all over the world use SaaS to make analytical driven decisions. Like what for it uses, from providing personalized trusted customer experience which is being given by the SaaS, and meeting the risk benefits and preventing the fraud. For these kind of benefits, they depend on the SaaS. And it also rapidly changes the digitalization, fintech, open banking, faster payments is there, and then data privacy is there, regulatory compliance, and more is there in the banking, which is all managed with the help of the SaaS. Retail, when I talk about retail, SaaS helps the retailers nowadays with diverse opportunities, like meeting the demands for specific location, and improving the supply chain with the real-time inventory balancing, which is happening, guiding the customers on the path of the purchase, like by providing personalized digital interactions also, and detecting and preventing fraud quickly to minimize margin losses. So everywhere fraud detection is there. You see, they, because of that reason and the high security, fraud detection, risk management, SAS will always be in the highest place where people use it. Coming to the insurance, like the next part is decisioning, where SAS offers a wealth of like possibilities for insurance companies from like meet the compliance requirement according to the IFRS. According to the insurance, there is this IFRS 17 compliance which they should always have to follow. Like it will help to comply with that requirements, to detecting and preventing the claims or underwriting the fraud which has been happening. And AI, they use SAS uses AI to generate real-time pricing in the insurance, and to offering health and well-being services as well. And then coming to the manufacturing, many of the manufacturers use SAS to become nimble, that is like AI driven organizations will, that is to help minimize the risk and seize the opportunities through, with the help of the deep operational insights which is provided by the SAS. And supply chain optimization is there, that will also be very benefit for the manufacturing people. Then the next one is public sector. In the public sector, like government uses SAS to make fast and well informed decision across variety of cases, use cases, like including like we can say that guarding against the fraud and improper payments which is happening, improving the public safety, driving public health decisions, improving the citizen management, ensuring the child well-being, and many more. List is there when it comes to the public sector. Telecom, media and technology, we call that as a TMT, telecom, media, technology, always together. It uses SAS to boost the quality and the bottom line, so that they will be helping, it will be helping them improve the customer experience and enable preventive network maintenance, and capacity planning is also happening by combining like by combating the subscription and the dealer fraud which is happening over there. So this is what all the industry applications, along with one example which I had given you with Christian Hansen, with the real world example today. Okay, so we have come to an end with our LinkedIn session. So if you have anything to discuss or anything to ask me, you can put in your questions.